Hey, Cleaning Nation, Mike Campion here with Jenell Newell, the most fun name to say forever. If you are longtime fans, you will recall we had Jenell a while back. And then I don't know if she got too good for us or we got too good for her, but she stopped showing up. She just big timed us. But now she's back and we love her. And she is, if you are one of our clients, she is one of the people who are going to help you get from knowing what you should do, but not doing it, to actually doing it, the actual beliefs part of what we need on growing you as a real business owner. And the topic she came up with today, which I think is so helpful, is getting over the fear of delegation. I want to have cleaners, but my clients will only accept me. But they are going to rob somebody and then run away. They're going to no call, no show. They're not going to do it like I do it. You can continue. Those are the best five I got off the top of my brain, but it's fairly straightforward to get you guys and gals the systems and processes to have good, qualified, core values matched applicants coming in. And yet people still think they got to clean, right? The most stark example I can give, and I'm going to turn over to Jenell, is we've had clients who have come to us and be like, I haven't had a real vacation in 10 years. Like, sincerely, just not a real vacation. And hallelujah, we get them a real vacation. I shouldn't say we get them. We work together and they get their first, like we're giving, like our clients get all the credit. They do all the work. We just give them the tools, but they get their first vacation and they'll come back and be like, I was gone a week and I came back and I thought, they were going to turn the place into a parking lot and everything was fine. Everything was completely fine. And then you know what they do? They go right back to work, right back. It's obviously not a problem with the systems. The system said, we're fine. We don't need you, but something in their brain breaks and they have to go back because they can't delegate. So let's start with the problem as you see it, Jenell. From your client's perspective or the audience's perspective, why do you think we have such a big problem? And it can be cleaning. It can be scheduling. That's another one people are real scared to let go of. Could be fill in the blank that you're struggling with right now, customer service, whatever your thing is within the cleaning industry. Why do you think, and let's assume, just for this conversation, the tactical is handled. Like we can tell them what to do and how to do it, because I think that's part of it. Why do you think people stay stuck? Or maybe, let's not assume that. Maybe it's some mixture of, I don't know what to do. I kind of have some ideas. I don't have the confidence. You tell me, is it more competence? Is it confidence? Is it skill sets? Is it belief? Why are people stuck? Let's start there and we'll talk about how to get unstuck.
Well, it's all of those, right? It's all of those. Whether you're cleaning, we have plenty of clients that are out of cleaning and still don't want to delegate the scheduling. They don't want to delegate the management. They want to be doing the quality control. They want to be doing the hiring. They want to be doing it all themselves. And I really see this as the jump between the employee mindset and the owner mindset. Because even if you're a manager in your business, you're still working as an employee. You're still holding on to that concept that somehow I've got to work hard or I'm the best at doing it. Therefore, I have to be doing it. Whereas the CEO says, no, I've got great systems. I've got a great business. I'm managing people efficiently and effectively. I trust the tools in my business. I am the best person to run the business and support the people who are the employees doing the job.
So how do we because I think the bulk of the audience probably has those exact same beliefs appear in the brain, but that, 20-inch journey to the heart, they get stuck, right? Or they know it, but they don't believe it. How do you, for those, I'm guessing the vast majority out there, like, I get it. Like, I'm not arguing with any of those things that you said. I know all of those things and I want to believe those things. And I think I believe those things, but when reality bumps up against them and someone calls out, I go in and clean, or, when reality bumps up against it, at the end of the day, here I am cleaning toilets or being in the office all day.
Yeah. So, this is really deep programming, right? I mean, like, I love this, especially in North America. I think we are programmed with that. Work hard to earn, right? We are programmed to believe that hard work alone does it. And yet, if you look at the top entrepreneurs, the really successful business owners, they've broken that conversation within themselves to believe, no, I trust other people. So you're right, to get it to migrate down from between the ears into the heart, there's a couple of different things you have to practice because you're learning a new way of relating to your business, right? So, in mindset, we have a lot of tools. But one of the best tools you have is to continue to reinforce, like to really celebrate and acknowledge, hey, I did just go on vacation and my people did handle their stuff without me. And to really like continue to reinforce that habit. Now, if you're a person and you're in cleaning, right? So you're in our program, you're in your cleaning and you're coming in and we're like, wow, you haven't taken vacation in 5 years and you always go on vacation with your laptop and your phone. That's not a vacation, by the way, in my book, right?
That's just working from a different location. That's not a vacation.
That is just a scenery change. So what we want to do is those small steps of reinforcing. Also, I got to say, Mike, when we shift, so I'm going to hark back to, I know you talk about this, but when we shift to hiring people according to core values for all of those positions, right now we're trusting them to be in alignment with how my core values, how my heart works in my business. And it's easier to have faith and to build that trust with those employees taking on those jobs, right? So right from the beginning, how you hire affects who you hire, affects your trust levels with them, right? So I was just talking to a cleaning company owner. She's a one woman shop, which is not uncommon. This is how a lot of cleaning companies start, and she's like, "Gosh, they just don't do it my way." And I said, "Well, yeah, okay, great. Tell me about the people you've hired." And she's always bringing people on because they're friends, or she's bringing people on because now she's desperate and she's got to bring somebody. And so she's hiring the wrong people, right? And so she already doesn't trust them. They're already set up because she's in a place of desperation. So again, a small shift. We want to hire from a place of, no, I want you to have my core values. I want you already to come in with the trust that you and I are going to work at the same level and at the same kind of like core commitment to the business. Now I have more trust in you automatically. Now, every time you prove yourself, I'm going to reinforce that to myself. I'm going to celebrate it and go, wow, great. Look at that one week with this new employee and they've showed up and kicked butt. Yes, like this is a great win for me as well as for them, right? So I'm now reinforcing that trust system. I'm also surrounding myself with people and reading things and working with the mindset shift from I'm not an employee in my business, I own a business, right? So one of the basic tools is to get some of our business owners to shift from I have a cleaning company to I own a cleaning company.
Or even, I hate to say I have a cleaning company. A lot of, if we're being honest, I am a cleaning company. Like they can't even separate like I have at least shows I'm here and it's there. A lot of them, that would be step 2. They're on, I am my cleaning company. Like it's just like, we're not like, if it succeeds, I succeed. If it fails, I'm a loser. Like they really self-identify. It's like, as my cleaning company goes, I am. It's a complete 100% reflection on me. They can't even separate it as like, I have a cleaning company. And you can never get to, I own a cleaning company until you can separate the daggum thing as a distinct identity. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. And so making that shift and practicing saying those words. We had a client in the group. This was last summer. I loved her to death. In order to make that shift, I did. I had her go out, like her homework to go out and introduce herself as owning a cleaning company to 10 people in a week. Like just to have that very conversation. And over the course of a couple of weeks of doing that, she started to shift because she started to own that identity, right? So yes, I am a cleaning company too. I have a cleaning company. Okay, well, go introduce yourself that way. Go say it. Go bring it into existence. Practice having trust in the people that you start to work with. Celebrate that trust with the people that you work with. And then again, like small steps to shift from I am a cleaning company to I have a cleaning company to I own a cleaning company. And then what we start to see is, well, exactly what we see in our clients is they go from working 40, 50, 60 hours a week sometimes, crazy amount of hours, working really hard, thinking of it as an hourly job, right? It's a job to, oh, it's a business. I'm going to make money in a business, to seeing, oh, I can actually pay other people to do this. And now I'm earning profit, and my worth isn't based on the number of hours I put in. I don't have that direct tie. It comes into what the business earns, right? So all of those shifts, and they happen over time with these little tiny micro practices.
Mike Campion here. Do you ever listen to the podcast and go, this is great information, I just wish I could actually get it implemented, and I wish I could get some help? Well, we do that. If you would like either myself or my team's help actually coming up with a plan that's specialized to you and your business, because with these podcasts, obviously we have to be very general and we can only go 20 minutes at a time. If you'd like to jump on a call with myself or my team, go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. We'll jump on a call. There's no charge, and we'll help you get some absolute clarity around exactly what to do next and how to do it. The reason we don't charge for these calls is the plan that we come up with, people want help implementing that. If that's the case, we're happy to talk about it. And if it's not, that's okay too. We're happy to just help you come up with a plan. So if you want to translate the information you're learning here into an actual plan that can change your life, give us a ring, growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. Love to either myself or have one of our coaches walk you through and actually personalize the content you get here to where you're at with your business. Talk soon. Gosh, as you were talking, Jenell, I was hearing just kind of powerful belief after powerful belief. So I just took a couple notes and I just wanted to distill down what I hear you saying is the beliefs that we need. And I'm not even going to go to the beliefs, and obviously the beliefs you don't want are going to be the opposite of these, but I'm going to just give you the audience the beliefs that I'm hearing you say they need, which I couldn't agree with more. And then maybe we can end by just giving them some tools of how to, like a perfect example, to introduce yourself as the owner, how we can instill each of these beliefs. So let me give them to you. I got 6, and you can tell me, A, if you see any other beliefs that you think, because it's hard to just be like, I'm a business owner. So I think there's it's a table and it's got a bunch of legs, and we got to kick out the wrong legs and put under the right legs. I think we just try and move from I'm not a business owner to I am a business owner, right? And it's like, well, there's all these other supplemental beliefs. So I want to dive into those. So the first one I heard is, you can tell clients they're not going to get you. Like, I think we get this, like, the client only wants me. It's like, well, okay, but they can't have you, right? That's just how it is. And well, I'm going to go somewhere else. Well, you still won't get me. So you could get someone that I've trained and I'm vouching for, or you can get a complete stranger. That's between you and God, but I'm not doing this anymore. So belief 1, you have the right as a sentient human being with desires and wants to set boundaries and go, I am not physically, personally going to clean your house. And it doesn't make you a bad person. If they get mad at you, that doesn't mean they're right. It just means you've made a decision, you've set a boundary. That's all. So that would be belief 1. And feel free to, I'm happy to go through all, or if you want to jump in, feel free. 2, others can do things. Like when it comes to scheduling is probably the toughest. There's no one cleans like me. No one cleans like me. Well, first of all, no offense. Most of the time your clients are like, you clean special, I need it to be like you. They're just comfortable with you. You put people, when they know me from the podcast, and if I talk to them and invite them in the program, they might be like, I just want Mike, until they talk to Jenell, and then it's Mike who, right? Like, it's not because I'm better, it's because they're comfortable with me. But as soon as they get someone else that they know can get them the results that they want, they realize, well, that was being silly, right? So agreed, maybe no one can clean like you. But that's not what they want. They want a result. They want time with their family. They want to come to an office and look good in front of their peers because the cleaner they selected did a kick butt job. So one, you can't tell clients who only want you. No. Two, others can do an effective job and get results. And if you really get fancy people like Jenell, she does stuff I can't do. Like next level is they're actually better at their job than you are. Imagine that. Two, it's okay if others make mistakes, right? Let's say an employee comes in and steals something. God forbid. I think that's probably the biggest fear, right? And, we've done this for a decade, helped thousands of people. That happens 0 to 2 times a year from all the clients we deal with, not one client, from all the clients we deal with. It's such a rare thing. Okay. You make it right. Jenell, I'm so sorry. Obviously, we vetted that person. We've got a process for hiring. We had no indication that we're going to do anything. We're insured. What do we need to do to make you feel? We've clearly fired them. And Jenell just goes, okay. Or she gets mad and says, you're a terrible human and I hate you. And this is the worst business ever. And you say, I'm so sorry to hear that. What can I do to make it right? And that'll just be that, right? We make it into this, and that's the worst. Maybe they kill somebody. It's the worst reasonable thing that could happen. And you just be like, okay. And then what? I'll just keep going on hiring people and doing my thing. And just, that'll be that, right? When you set up the thing, you don't tell them nothing bad will ever happen from any employee in your house ever. You say, we do our best. We're professional. We hire good people. We give them good training and crap goes wrong. And when it does, we'll make it right. And you go, oh, can I do that? Can it be that low stress? Sure. If you like, you can make it however stressful you want. We had a client who had a client literally punch they were working for a government agency in a public space, literally punch a person. And it's and he was freaking out. He was this terrible human. I'm like, and he had a lot of systems and processes and he was a good, clean business owner. And I asked him, did you do this? Did you do this? Yeah, I did all that. Okay. Well, then what are you going to do? You fire the guy, you move on. It doesn't, he was like, but don't I have to beat myself up for weeks or months? No. Don't I have to let the customer tell me how we're terrible? No, you don't do any of that stuff. You just say, sorry, you move on. So number one, clients, you can tell clients no, that it's not going to be you. Others can do stuff. When they make mistakes, it's okay. Here's another belief you've got to have. I make so much more money. I'm so much more profitable when I'm not cleaning. We've got that. I'd save it. When I clean, I make $100. We got all huffy about I had a guy, I did a floor job I made $7,000. I'm like, how much would have you paid a guy to do that floor job for you? $800. Because there's labor and sales and all that sort of stuff. Okay. So you didn't make $7,000. You wasted 3 days where you could have built your company and you saved yourself $800. Because we get this revenue that you think you generate. It's not the revenue you generate. It's the money. It's all you were going to generate that revenue. The sales owner made that, and all the owner job made that money. You just saved the nickel that you would have paid someone else to do it. So it's So I would look at it as you could have sold another $8,000 job in that time and paid someone else $800 to do it. So it really cost you $7,200 to do it. So another belief is I make more money when I'm not working in my business. I think we've got this from doing it forever. When I work, I make more money. I can't afford to not clean. It's can't afford to clean, man. So that's that. It's sometimes it's just easier to just do it myself. Just easier to do it myself. It's yeah, the first time I've got an 8-year-old. So much easier to just clean his room for him. But lifetime, that's going to bite me in the butt because at some point, I'll be doing it until I die. So yes, it's a little harder to set up systems and processes, but then you can have as many employees and clients as you want forever. So you got to get off. You have to have the belief it is not easier to just hire a cleaner, right? That's what we tell ourselves when we do it the wrong way. We don't get the coaching to help to support the systems that work. And then instead of getting better, upgrading our systems, we downgrade our beliefs. It's just easier to do it myself. It's impossible. And then the last one, employees don't need to see you do it, right? I got to be first in, last out. I'd never ask my employee to do something I'm not willing to do. Why? That by definition, they're doing things you're not doing, right? If they're doing the things you're doing, why do you need them, right? So those beliefs are just, as Jenell was talking, those are kind of the very specific beliefs I think we need to have to to have the legs under the big tabletop of I'm a business owner. So anything I missed, anything you disagree with, and if not, how do we, maybe if you can give some ideas of how to get people to adopt those very specific smaller beliefs so the bigger belief kind of shows up here pretty quickly.
No, I think you completely put enough legs on that table. It takes practice. again, like consciously sometimes recognizing, hey, I actually need to shift to these beliefs. It takes that trust, right? We still have to trust the people, and you can only, but you're not still like we don't pull the strings. We don't hire puppets. You have to have the trust. And again, you have to be willing to say, hey, something happened. Let's fix it. Let's make it right. But not like the business owner, like, oh my gosh, that my employee punched somebody. Now I have to, suffer for 2 weeks. We actually don't have to.
I'm a bad person. I own a bad company. I'm like just these non-truths. Go ahead.
Yeah. Letting go of that suffering state, like it's just not helpful and it's not true. Right. So if you notice that you're prone to, suffer over, did they do it right? Is it good enough? Like all of those positions that put us in a place of being indispensable that we know are just not true necessarily.
But they feel good at first, right? When the client says, Jenell, you're the best cleaner ever. I need you and only you. Feels pretty good on the ego the first 12 times, but around time 72, you're like, it feels good, but I don't want to do this. Or, wow, Jenell, or what we tell ourselves, my schedule is super complex. No one else could ever set the schedule for me. Like no one could possibly understand who's who and where. Feels good. Or when the employees call with a problem, we put on our Superman, Superwoman cape and solve it. It all feels great the first time. But when we set up systems and processes where we're that choke point, eventually the choke point chokes us.
Yeah. When you're in there cleaning your 22-year-old son's room, you're pretty much hating yourself for those initial decisions. And so it takes some consciousness. Like I would love for somebody, I know there's somebody listening to this podcast right now who has that it has to be me kind of mentality, because they also deep down recognize, what if I'm replaceable?
Yeah. Or what if I had to own up to, I've been cleaning this last 5-10 years and I didn't even have to. Like that's a real thing, that's a real cost to shifting beliefs.
Yeah, it is. So then we start to look back and feel bad. And then I don't want to look back and feel bad. So now I'm just going to reinforce. So take a big deep breath. Just seriously taking a big deep breath right now is the greatest pattern interrupter we have. Right? So take a big deep breath. Okay, great. That served me up until now, but what do I want from here? Right? Write that out. What do I want from here? Write it out. Read it every single day. Right? Reinforce. This is where I'm going. Just like introduce yourself. Begin to introduce yourself as I own a company. Right?
And don't let those weeds come up in your garden. So everything Jenell's saying is, so like take a deep breath, write out what you want, decide the life that you want. But here's some of the weeds that can pop up that you got to recognize. It's easier just to do it myself. No one can clean like I can clean. I've tried hiring. No one wants to work in my area. Like when those little weeds, here's the most insidious one. I actually really like cleaning. It's like, okay, maybe you do, but that doesn't have anything to do. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny, the disconnect people have in their brains. They'll tell me how like I can't vacation and my husband never sees me and I don't get to be the mom to my kids. And then we'll start talking about changing. They get so scared, like, oh, I really love cleaning. Like it's a weed that pops up in the garden. We tell ourselves it's easier to just go back to, but I love cleaning, as opposed to like, because it can be scary when you take that breath and you start writing out what you want. Your brain will fight like heck against some of these things. And so just, you got to identify the lie. So when they come, like, I know you're a lie. You're not true at all. And then you can just keep going with what you really want.
Exactly. And it is that commitment to that new belief. And yes, we resist change, right? We are hardwired to resist change. That's okay. Deep breath, right? Like, it's going to be so great. I'm going to just keep moving forward, but I'm going to keep reinforcing the new idea. And eventually the weeds get less and less and less.
Yeah, that's such a good point. That is, I'll leave you guys with this encouragement. It does take a lot of focus and intentionality at the beginning, But just like you don't have to work, so to speak, to enhance the belief you have now, it's built in. It is. Once you replace it with a healthier belief, you won't have to work. So like I'm probably the only one out there that's got a couple extra pounds I don't want. And when I'm trying to change the way I eat, my body will scream and lie to me. I'm going to make you miserable and you're going to feel hungry like this forever. It's not true. My brain knows in 20 minutes I'll be over, it'll be fine. But my lying brain, my heart says, you're going to be miserable till the day you die. And it's not true. So same thing when it comes to this, the beliefs and the fears. Really, you tell me if you feel differently, Jenell, but if you're diligent about it, I think you can change that belief in weeks or months. Like this isn't a year's thing, or typically it really takes a second, and then you start doing the things that you need to do. All right. Any other encouragements for the Clean Nation before we sign off?
Nope. But you know what? Go find a job that you're best not doing and ditch it. Find somebody else to do it. Let's make that this week's goal.
Yeah, pick an easy one. Yeah, maybe just put an ad out, or just clean less, or like we don't have to eat the whole elephant in one bite. We can take a bite. And I do want to encourage you guys, gals, when you're talking about these big shifts in beliefs, get some gosh darn help. Can be us, can be somebody else. It's not impossible to do it by yourself, but boy, oh boy, your chance of success goes way up when you've got someone supporting you, the right people supporting you. So I hate sounding like it's a shameless pitch, but most of the people that call for the podcast, like I've listened forever. I know the no's, but I don't do the do's. And then just by getting a team and some support and other people looking at the problem or the opportunity differently can help. So if you think we're great, obviously reach out. We'll do what we can to help. If you think we stink, reach out to somebody. Don't use that as an excuse. Like, I don't like Mike. Great. Many don't. Don't use that as an excuse not to change. Find your Jenell, find the person in your world or the team or whoever that can help you. But if you've been trying to make this change and you haven't, don't keep doing more of that. Do something different. Find a different way of thinking, different way to look at it, different people you surround yourself with, make a change, do something. Don't just go on the next podcast without action. If you want some help, growmycleaningcompany.com. Heck, you can even email me, Mike@growmycleaningcompany.com. We'll do what we can to help. See ya. Hey, Cleaning Nation, if you dug the content you just got, we don't do any ads and I don't sell anything on this podcast, but if you would just subscribe, rate, and review, it would be huge and I'd be so appreciative. Not only is it going to help me, but you'll help other owners of cleaning companies across the world work less, make more, and get profitable. So if you appreciate the value we give, again, subscribe, rate, and review. It would mean the world to me. I'd really appreciate it. And we sure appreciate your time and attention.